Hey everybody, David here, and this is another Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition class breakdown tutorial, and today's tutorial deals with the Warlock archetype, the Fiend. Now, the Warlock is a pretty unique class in Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. It has a lot of features that you're going to get, especially an important one here is your otherworldly patron. Now, your otherworldly patron is more flavor that is added on top of the already really strong Warlock class. As you can see, you can get your proficiency bonuses from +2 to +6. You're going to know cantrips, your spell slots. You're going to know a certain amount of spells. You'll have a limited amount of spell slots, but all of your spells will cast at the same modified level as you gain levels. It's really nice. Now you're going to get your Pact Magic. You're going to get your Eldritch Invocations, which is a really strong point of the Warlock class. And your Eldritch Invocations allow you to add more things onto your Warlock class. You're also going to get your ability score improvements like all of the other classes. You'll get your Mystic Arcanums that are more free cast spells to make up for the limited amount of spell slots. And then you'll get your Eldritch Master. So, the Warlock at level 1, they get to choose their archetype. There's only several classes in D&D that get to choose their archetype at level 1. And you're going to be choosing the Fiend. Now, the Fiend is where you have made a pact with a fiend from the lower planes of existence, a being whose aims are evil, even if you strive against those aims. Such beings desire the corruption or destruction of all things, ultimately including you. Fiends powerful enough to force a pact include demon lords such as Demogorgon, Orcus, Frazer Blue, and Baphomet. Archdevils such as Asmodeus, Despater, Mephistopheles, and Belial. There are also pit fiends and bellers that are especially mighty, and Ultraloths and other lords of the Yugoloths. So as you can see, the Fiend deals with allying yourself. Your patron will be someone totally evil. Very nice class. Well, very nice archetype to get associated with, especially for your character. It could add some good drama to your game. Now, if you choose the Fiend, you are going to get a expanded spell list. And seeing that you get a limited number of spells, you will get a pretty nice arsenal of spells. But the Fiend expanded list are spells that are catered for your archetype, the Fiend. And these are spells that will be added onto your spell list, like first level spells such as Burning Hands and Command. Second level, Blindness, Deafness, and Scorching Ray. Third is Fireball and Sinking Cloud. Fourth is Fire Shield, Wall of Fire. 5, Flame Strike, and Hallow. So you can see there's a fire themed here. I mean, it's obvious, it's called the Fiend. So, okay, so what the expanded spells do, you get your pool of spells that you can cast at first level. So you will now be able to cast Burning Hands and Command on top of those. So once you choose your spells, you can choose Burning Hands or Command also. So it just kind of adds more. It doesn't work like the domain spells like the Cleric or the Paladin or the Druid, where these are free cast spells. It doesn't work like that for the Warlock. You're always going to have a limited number of spells. The expanded spell list, just like it says, it just expands on top of the list of spells that is offered to you. So, at level 1, when you choose this archetype, you're going to get Dark One's Blessing. And what Dark One's Blessing is when you reduce a hostile creature to 0 hit points, you gain temporary hit points equal to your Charisma modifier and your Warlock level, which you'll always gain at least a minimum of 1 hit point. So, straightforward, you'll gain temporary hit points. Now, just make sure you do not forget when you take damage. Don't forget to take your temporary hit points off first. Don't sell yourself short. So that's Dark One's Blessing. Actually, a really nice, especially for level 1, a really strong class feature. Then at level 6, you are going to get Dark One's Own Luck. This is where you can call on your patron to alter fate in your favor. When you make an ability check or a saving throw, you can use this feature to add an additional D10 to your roll. Now, you can do so after seeing the initial roll, but before any of the roll's effects occur. So as long as it's an ability check or a saving throw, this does not say an attack roll, so you won't be able to do that. It's only an ability check or saving throw. You see the initial roll, you don't like it, add the D10, let the DM know. Really nice. Once you use Dark One's own luck, you cannot use it again until you finish a short or a long rest. So at least you can have a short rest to reuse this. It's really nice. Alright, next, you're going to get at level 10, you will get Fiendish Resilience. And what Fiendish Resilience does is it allows you to choose one damage type when you finish a short or long rest. You will gain resistance to that damage that you choose until you choose a different damage using the same Fiendish Resilience feature. Now, one thing to take into consideration is there is a whole multitude of resistances to choose from. You can't say spell magic. You can't say melee. It has to be, if you know that you're going to be going against a orc that uses hammers, you can say I'm going to be resistant in bludgeoning damage or slashing damage. So make sure you specify exactly what type of resistance that you want to be, that you want this feature to use the work for. Now, resistance in Dungeons & Dragons 5e means that you will take half damage. So if you are resistant in that bludgeoning damage, then there you go. You'll take half damage. So if Snaggletooth the Orc hits you for 30, then you're resistant, you only take 15. Really nice. And don't forget your other temp hit points and everything as well. So Fiendish Resilience can really work out as an extreme advantage for you. Now there's one other thing that you need to take into consideration when you're using Fiendish Resilience. Any damage from magical weapons or silvered weapons ignores the resistance. So if Snaggletooth is using magical hammers, he's basically going to ignore the resistance for Fiendish Resilience, so that 30 damage, you would actually literally take the full 30. But that's only if Snaggletooth's weapons are magical or silvered. And the last class feature that you're going to get is Hurl through Hell, and you're going to obtain this at level 14. This is when you hit a creature with an attack, you can use the feature Hurl through Hell to instantly transport the target through the lower planes. That sounds really awesome. That would be great RP right there. The creature disappears and hurls through a nightmare landscape. Then, at the end of your next turn, the target returns to the space it previously occupied or the nearest unoccupied space. If the target is not a fiend, it will take 10d10 psychic damage as it reels from its horrific experience. Ouch. Really nice. This is straightforward. I really think Hurl Through Hell can open up a great potential RP encounter for you and your DM. As you're hurling this creature through the lower depths, I mean, you can kind of describe what the creature is going through. And then at the end of your next turn, the target returns. So if the target returns, if it is not a fiend, it'll take the 10d10 psychic damage. But if it is a fiend, it won't take the damage. Really nice. I like that. So once you use Hurl Through Hell, you cannot use it again until you finish a long rest. So there you go, everybody. That is the Fiend Warlock. A very interesting class. I really like the Warlock in 5e. I think it has a lot of flavor to it. So please feel free to leave a comment below, everyone. Thank you again for watching. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you want to try one of these Fiend Warlocks, please visit my website at tabletopping.net, where you can go to the Players section or click the link below, and you have the choice of one of 840 D&D 5e character sheets, every class, every archetype, every level. They're all on nice 3-page PDF formats where you can just download them to your computer or your tablet, print them off, go to your game, and there you go. It's as easy as that. So thank you, everybody, and I'll see you next time.